Hi friends! It is time for chapter 5 and I'm going to go back to the page before and remind you of what was happening. Then she stopped and thought and said proudly, "I'm having an adventure," and wiped her foot on the grass. And now we are on to chapter 5 and here is the first picture. While Princess Cora was being brave about the cow pie, the crocodile was crawling down the cellar stairs to see the king. He found the king running in place with a weight in each hand. "Late again," panted the king. "Quick, pick up your rope and skip to 500. I'll count for you." He put down the weights and took up his gold watch. The crocodile sighed. He was beginning to get tired of Princess Cora's family. He picked up the skipping rope, swung it over his head, and hit himself in the ankles. "Ow!" he said. The king never took his eyes off his watch. "Start over!" he shouted. "Faster this time! A princess must be quick and strong!" The crocodile tried again, but crocodiles are not built for skipping rope, and the rope got stuck under his tail. He lost his temper. "I hate skipping rope," he yelled, "and I'm not going to do it anymore." The king was so surprised that he dropped his watch. He went to the crocodile and squatted down before him. "Princess Cora," he said in the sad voice that Princess Cora hated most, "are you being a good little girl?" The crocodile threw down the skipping rope. He yelled, "I don't want to be a good little girl. I want to be a bad crocodile. And what's more, I am one." Then the crocodile tore off his dress. The king was so shocked that he put his hands over his eyes. "Princess Cora," he shouted, "what are you thinking? No matter what happens, we do not take off our clothes." And all of those words, my friends, are written here. Can you see them? Are written in italics. "Yes, we do," said the crocodile, grinning. He lunged at the king and caught the king's trousers between his teeth. Do you know what trousers are? They're pants. There was the sound of ripping cloth. The king squealed and put his hands over his rear end. "Princess Cora," cried the king, "behave yourself!" But the crocodile only snapped his teeth. The king began to run. The crocodile rushed after him, shouting, "Faster, faster!" And indeed, the king ran very fast, but no man is as fast as a crocodile, and after the 7th lap around the gym, the crocodile lashed his tail, knocked the king down, and began to chew on him. Uh-oh. Can you guys kind of like feel the motion of that page? I love how that's illustrated. It struck the king that his daughter's teeth were very, very sharp. He saw that his daughter's nose was long and scaly and green. The king cried out, "Good heavens! You're not Princess Cora?" "I am too," said the crocodile, but it sounded more like because he was chewing. It wasn't easy to chew on the king because he had such strong muscles. His rear end was tough, like dry bubble gum. "Ouch! Help! Crocodile!" cried the king. He pulled free and dashed toward the steps. The crocodile made a lasso from the skipping rope and threw it over the king's head. Then the crocodile tied up the king, binding him with double knots. The king howled with rage. What do you think that would sound like, to howl with rage? Like, His rear end was wet with crocodile spit, and he hated being tied up. But it did no good to howl because the gym had once been a prison and the walls were very thick. The crocodile slithered up the stairs, shut the door, and locked it. "There! That's done. One in the tub, one in the tower, and one tied up all right and tight. What a day! But Princess Cora will be happy. She'll want to give me 1,000 cream puffs." His mouth began to water as he thought of those cream puffs. He slunk out the back door to wait for Princess Cora. At that very moment, Princess Cora was walking by the lily pond. She'd lost her shoes somewhere by the creek, and her dress was covered with strawberry stains. She felt very peaceful. She stopped to admire the water lilies in the pond. It was a large pond with a splashy fountain. Look at this beautiful two-page illustration. Oh my goodness. I love how the water is drawn. Can you see that close up? Princess, my sister's dog is here. His name is Harry, and he's snoring. Princess Cora bent over the splashy fountain and washed her hands. She thought of how angry the nanny would be when she saw the stains on her dress. But I'll say I'm sorry, she told herself, and I'll tell them all why I ran away. Perhaps I can make them listen if I am very polite and tell the truth. When she reached the castle door, she found the crocodile waiting for her. His wig hung beside his left cheek, and he had no dress on. "What happened?" asked Princess Cora. "They didn't believe I was you," said the crocodile, "so I bit them." "You bit them?" said Princess Cora. "I told you not to." "I forgot," said the crocodile. "But don't worry, they'll get over it. Your nanny shook her finger at me." "Oh, I hate that," said Princess Cora, "but you shouldn't have bitten her." "She got on my nerves," said the crocodile, "so I stuck her in the tub. After that, your mother read to me about banks, but I couldn't stand it. She said I was inappropriate." "She says that to me, too," said Princess Cora, "and it's awful. You didn't bite her, did you?" "I did," said the crocodile. "Twice." "Twice!" cried Princess Cora. "She has 2 legs," said the crocodile. "Then I locked her in the tower." "You didn't," said Princess Cora. "Well, I did," answered the crocodile. "And then I told your father I didn't want to jump over that stupid rope, and he asked me if I was being a good girl. It was the way he said it. Anyone would have bitten him. But he wasn't even fun to bite. He's the wrong kind of chewy. Your family's horrible. I don't know how you put up with them." Princess Cora frowned at him. "I never said you could hurt them," she said. "I told you not to bite. Now I'll be in trouble, and I've never been in trouble my whole life." "Well, what kind of life is that?" asked the crocodile. Princess Cora shook her finger at him. "You're a bad, bad crocodile," she said sternly, and inappropriate, and you've made everything worse." The crocodile burst into tears. He covered his eyes with his front claws. "You're mean," he sobbed. "Mean, mean, mean. You told me not to eat anybody, and I didn't, even though I'm starving to death. And you said I could have cream puffs, and I haven't had any, not one single cream puff, and now you're mad at me." The crocodile writhed and kicked. He lashed his tail. "I wish I was dead," he moaned, and he rolled over and over in his grief. Princess Cora's heart melted. She took out her handkerchief to wipe away the crocodile's tears, but he kept his claws over his eyes and wouldn't look at her. "Poor Crocky," she said gently. "You never were cut out to be a princess." She patted his snout. "Don't cry. Poor old Crockydilly. You never had your cream puffs." The crocodile peered out from behind his claws. "This is what I'm telling you," he said. Quick as a wink, he sat up like a dog begging. "How about it then? How about some cream puffs?" Princess Cora laughed. "Oh, come along," she said. "I'll feed you, and then I'll try to fix everything." Whoopsie. You see that? And that, oh, wait, no, we've got one more half page. Princess Cora led the crocodile into the kitchen. "Cook," she said, "will you give this crocodile some cream puffs?" The cook was surprised to see the crocodile, but she had just made 6 batches of cream puffs with chocolate on top. "I'll feed him," said the cook, "but he mustn't bite me." "Did you hear that?" Princess Cora said to the crocodile. "No bites." "Righto," agreed the crocodile. And that is the end of chapter 5. Chapter 6 will be in a little bit. Okay. Happy day to all of you. And hello from Harry. Harry, want to come say hello? Come here, Harry. Come here. Come here, Harry. All right, he's totally not going to come over and say hello. You'll see him another time soon. Okay, bye.